Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelf Unit and this is my new Let's Play Underrail. I was wondering over Christmas what game to do next. I'm sort of on a fantasy sci-fi alternate games, and having just finished Baldur's Gate 2 I decided on this one. Now I've got the Expedition DLC. I've not played with that before, so this will be a first and I hope interesting for both me and you guys. I've played Underrail before several times over the last 2 or 3 years. I haven't got overly far into it, but I've got a decent way, and interesting to see how it's going to go. So yeah, it's basically a sort of a successor to the old Fallout games 1 and 2. Isometric action point based combat, but we shall see that and get into it as and when. For now, I'm going to start off with a new game. We'll have it on normal difficulty. That's what I normally do. The experience system is one of 2 options. You gain your classic is you're getting experience points, set number per enemy, and as you level up, the experience points for older enemies goes down. So you're basically sort of by level 5 or 6 you're going to be one-shotting things that previously were killing you, and the experience reduces to reflect that. In the oddity experience, as it says, you will pick up a bunch of strange things like tin cans or compact discs, eyeballs and things. In classic, they will give you a certain number of experience points, and that's set. It doesn't change when you level up, I think. But under oddity, each individual strange thing counts as 1, and to get up to a new level you need an ever-increasing number of oddities. So to get to level 2, for example, you'd need 3 or 4 oddities. To get to level 3 you'd need 6 or 7, and so on and so forth. It's sort of same with the experience points, that goes higher and higher. I'm going to go classic on this run. Even though I think the oddity is supposed to be a little easier. And also, you don't get anything for killing monsters in this, other than through drops, which, as it says, may drop an oddity. So we shall see how this goes. Dominating is an absolute nightmare. I wouldn't even think about it, to be perfectly honest. It's just painful. So we're going to accept this. So we are going to go for our standard Sarah Evenstar. Let's see if they've added new drawings. I think in the first version of the game, I think you had like this, and a couple of others. But now they've added quite a lot of other face models, or pictures I suppose would be the term. So you can be who you want to be. Goodness, there's there's loads of them. Who are we going to be? Crikey, there are some ugly. Goodness, they've taken away my favourite picture. So who is going to be the closest to Sarah Evenstar on here? I think that's because they were all the males apparently. So this is the female versions. There's a fair few more. to, was this one. But I think this one more represents who I think Sir Evenstar is. So he's our general character. Now, your standard stats are 5, and at this level, at 5, you won't get any bonuses or penalties. As it states, strength is obviously damage and how much you can carry. That includes weapons, which can be heavier, and guns that are heavier. Your dexterity is your reflexes, etc. As it says, increases critical attacks, reduces action point costs of various weapons, and also in the various lock systems. There's a lock system, skill system with locks. There's a huge crafting system in this as well. Agility is dodging and things, and stealth. Constitution is your hit points, and your general, I think it's resilience to poisons and things. Perception is your shooting and basic observation of hidden things. Will is incredibly important because there's a psychic system. I'm not going to be overly good into that. This might be a dump stat that I can get rid of, but in later levels I believe the enemies will become potentially psychic as well. So this increases your psi reserves and the power of your attacks, and also your defense against other things, and your intelligence. That's apparently now changed. It determines the number of different psi abilities that you can be invoked in combat and affects psi point regeneration. Interesting. Also works for your skills and opens up getting various high scores in each of these will affect dialogue options as well. So I'm going to go for a more gun oriented character. So I want to improve the sort of strength of my gun shooting things, which will be dexterity in this, and possibly also intelligence, because that will benefit my skills. Every so often in levels you will stealth is also good for a gun-toting snipery type. Overall, you will get more stat points as you level up. Not too many, and certain items of armor or clothing will also increase. Your stats also determine what skills, or rather what feats you can have. Now your skills here, where are we? We don't have any. Here we go. So guns, I would like, and as I increase, you might see a bracketed score. Now this bracketed score is your actual ability level, and it is increased over this because my perception is high enough that I will get a bonus when I add more points into them. So I'm going to put 10 points into guns, which gives me an overall score of 12. I'm not going to put anything into I'm going to put a few points into throwing, and that increases because I've got dexterity. Crossbows, I have no interest in using crossbows, so thrown weapons will be grenades and things of that nature. There will be points where you need to clear out a bunch of enemies, and grenades will be your friend there. Stealth, I want to go a little bit into stealth. Hacking, I want to put the maximum in. Same with lockpicking, which also increases your traps. Some of these skills are interlinked. Do I want to do traps as well? Ooh. Pickpocketing I don't need too much of. Traps I won't need too much of. So persuasion and intimidation. Don't want any of the size, I don't think they're necessary. These are all crafting. And you want to be able to craft your own healing stuff, and sometimes your own, well, a lot of the time you'll be crafting weapons and ammo and things of that nature. And as you can see, chemistry and biology are linked. Goodness, I really hoped I'd so many more things than... maybe I'm going to reduce this by 5. Yeah, since I'm going to be a gun person. You also, every level, get more skill points as well. And feats, these are my available feats. If I added, I mean, these are all the available feats. There's hundreds of them, or dozens at least. And they all give you special bonuses, and you get a increased number of those every few levels. You can pick a new one. Increases capacity, that's always a good one. Quick pockets gives you extra utility slots. Interesting. That also, aim shot is a very good one. Guarantees a critical hit. So I normally pick that, and possibly gunslinger. The sprint is also pretty useful for getting out of the way. Sure step is a very useful one. In some areas you'll have puddles of acid, and some enemies drop puddles of acid. And caltrops are also traps that can be just around, and that will automatically allow you to get through those without taking damage. You don't need those just yet. Snooping's a good one, because secrets can give you an awful lot of good stuff, along with secret passages that can, they'll give you things like extra caches of items or money, or just an easier way of getting around things. So yeah, that's a good one to have. I'll get that later, but snooping is also good for detecting hidden passengers. I'm not sure what to get. I think I'm going to go for quick pockets, giving me an extra utility slot and reduction of action point cost, which involves, it also includes reloading. So I will do that, and I will accept. And here are the graphics. They're pretty basic, but it's. I think this is the work of basically one person almost. So considering, these are quite cool. So Hadrian Tanner. All right, last topic, of course, earthquake repairs. We can skip the intro, but I think we'll continue. What's the situation at the South Tunnel? Got to dig deeper to plant the explosives, or we risk more damage to the tunnel. Gorski sounds like a Russian-y type name. I think it's more of a Polish spelling, but we shall see. Continue. Almost everyone is working shifts up there. Shouldn't be too long. Now, this is Vera Hale. We'll get to meet all of these people more later. He nods. Gorski, how's the security looking? Got one man at the cave exit, and that's enough, as far as I'm concerned. Automated security is strong there, and as long as we know the crossroad and cove area are clear, no one can sneak up on us. Also, got one man at the underpassages, and he's been ordered not to open the gate no matter what. The last thing we need right now are those bloody lurkers sneaking up on us. Everyone else is up at the platform securing workers and tunnels. Good, good. If no one has anything else to add, I will conclude this council meeting. Actually, just one more thing, in case you weren't informed already, I admitted a new citizen to the station. That's Sarah Evenstar girl? Yes, I think she'll be a good addition to the station. She and Vensler are still at the range. They should be done any moment now, I believe. You put too much trust in your tests, Tanner. All I care about is how she handles live action, not how many points she got. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Best put it to work immediately. We need all hands on deck right now. Indeed, that's all, Vera. Gorski. An unexpected yawn interrupts Wenzel. He instinctively raises his left hand to cover his mouth, forgetting that he's wearing a respirator. A tiny smile creeps up your face due to this very fact. Yet you understand that after so many hours of testing, these kind of lapses tend to sneak up on people. He soon continues. Excuse me. All in all, Sarah Evenstar, as far as I'm concerned, we're done here. I've got a few other things to do, but unless you'd like to have another go at the testing range, you have no reason to stay here any longer. So this is where you have the tutorial. You can either skip it, or you can ask him how you compare to other newcomers. I can't tell you that, Sarah Evenstar. And we have enough persuade that we can have a conversation option. Come on, man, it'll stay between you and me. Now you'll have to be patient, I'm afraid. So sometimes, even though you have the option, your persuade score won't be high enough, and it'll just rebuff you. So, as a matter of fact, I'd like to give it one more try. I've never had access to a range like this before, so why not make the most of it while I'm here? So we'll start the tutorial. His tired eyes aren't exactly radiating joy at your response, but he still nods. No problem, but I know it won't affect your previous results. I guess it's best we go through the whole procedure as if this is your first time at the range. Okay, I'll open the gate for you to go through. As before, I'll be watching you through the cameras. We'll continue once you get past the gate. I'm ready, Wenzel. So, it's a point and click moving game. These are my quick areas. So I have a quick invoker, which gives me stealth mode, pickpocket, and lockpick, which are already in here. I can only do fist attacks at the moment. Let's click out of that. Up here is my character sheet with my current stats, all my current skills, and my current feats. Up here are my combat stats, which gives me my health, shield, healing effectiveness, I think that's action points and movement points. And again, it gives you the base strength, base abilities. Defensive stats, resistances, shields, and your subterfuge levels, and my offensive stats, which are my basic damage, my various psychic options, and my skills in those, and my basic stats here. Impact speeds, armor, depending on what armor you have, can protect better against different impact speeds of weaponry. So obviously a fist is very low, bullets are going to be very high, things of that nature. Range, etc. Melee range, because I've only got fists at the moment. Here is my inventory. I've got a suit and pants. Not much, but it's better than going around naked. And like that, there she is, underwear only. So this is everything. These are my quick combat utility slots. You can have up to 6 of those, and you can have different weapons, shields, headgear, footwear. And again, you can divide all of these things into weapons, allies, consumables, crafting, tools, plot and non-plot items, or just everything. And that can be done there. Up here you've got your character and focus, which gives them better better chances of attacking. This is your health here. You have your dialogue feed there if you need it. Not sure what that is. Doesn't say. This is the crafting options. I've got no items, so I can't create anything at the moment. My notes, I've got to talk to Councillor Tanner in his office in the common room. So this is basically your quest log. Up here are the oddities. I haven't found any yet. They'll be listed there. Here is a global map. All the different levels in this game, and this is going to be huge. There are so many different levels just in this one base, and then you have all of this stuff. So many things. And here is the Southgate station. And it's a huge area. Each of this is a full, not just a screen shot, it's like a full area. Like, for example, the Baldur's Gates, you went to a different area. Each one of these is like that sort of size, in general. And this is help, and this is your menu. And this is currently telling you you're currently in a controlled zone. So any hostile actions will start invoking responses. So let's click up here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Loud and clear. Great. Now pick up your weapons and armor from the cabinet. I think there's also a few EMPs left down the shelf as well. So press tab to highlight all interactable objects, or Z to reverse the order of highlighted objects for some reason. So no, it's not going to be done yet. I'll have to click off the conversation for that. Contents of any container can be picked up by either double-clicking them in the container window or dragging them into your inventory, which will be opened in a separate window by pressing I. You can also press A to take all items from a container. Okay. There will be 3 bots fighting against you, just like the first time, so choose an appropriate weapon and make sure you wear that armor. There was this guy a few years ago who forgot to put his armor on. Well, it didn't end well. Take those bots out. When you're ready to proceed, or if you have any questions. Understood. So there's where I ring in the intercom, weapon locker and shelves. So in there I'm going to take all, weapon locker, I'm going to take all, and then in the inventory I'm just going to equip the weapon. Oh, interesting. Huh. I'm going to wear the armor, and this gives you a basic description of what it is. Insulated vest carries a hybrid ballistic panel, so you get 18% resistances on there. Mechanical attacks, 11% damage, cold, resistance against cold. Mechanical damage threshold is increased by 200% against bullets and shotgun shells. It's a 10% armor penalty, and their durability. All the items in the game will deteriorate as they are used. So here we are, 9mm caliber gun. It's mechanical damage, so the armor here would protect against that, 18% of it, up to 2. Impact speed of medium, costs 25 action points to use. Critical chance, critical damage bonus, magazine capacity. You have ammo in this game. And it shows how much there we go, ignores 40% of the target's evasion at close range. To unload takes 5 action points, and at the bottom is its value. So we'll equip that. And to load a gun, you either right click and reload the weapon, reload the current weapon, load a single bullet, or load a single bullet into your current weapon. Or you can just drag it over to the gun. I think? No. You used to be able to drag, in the previous game I think you used to be able to drag it over to the gun. Can you do that there? No, you can't. Well, that's annoying. So I'm just going to reload the weapon. Oh, you click on the weapon then. Yeah. So now we have bullets in our gun. These can be clicked in your combat utility. And I think I'm going to put a knife in my second hand, because this is a two-handed weapon, has a minimum strength available to use. And there we go. So we've got armor, we've got a knife, we've got a pistol, we've got our EMP grenades. If you built a character who had close combat, you'd have the sledgehammer, and if you built a crossbow wielding character, you'd have the crossbow available here. So we're done there. Now we call the intercom. Got any combat tips for me? Always be prepared and fight smart. Brute force will only get you so far. You can initiate combat manually, either pressing enter, blah blah blah, or clicking the button in the lower right hand corner of the screen, or when an enemy spots you. Hovering over any characters will reveal their name, remaining health and attitude toward the player in the form of a coloured name tag. Right clicking will display more info regarding health and active effects at the top of the screen. Combat in Underrail is turn-based. That means different characters take turns by performing their actions. Every time combat begins, whoever has the highest initiative will get to act first. The initiative stat has a base value, which can be influenced by both agility and dexterity. However, should the player manually initiate combat, the player will always be the one to move first. When combat begins, an action point bar will appear in the lower right hand corner, which can be used for the duration of the player's turn. Movement points are coloured yellow and can only be used for movement. Action points are coloured green and can be used for attacking, using inventory items, interacting with the grain world objects, etc. If the movement points have been exhausted, they can be used for moving as well. Okay, hey Vincent, what weapon should I use against bots? Technically you can use whatever you feel suits you best, but as you know the bots in general are pretty well armoured. Knives might work if you want to slash rat hounds, but against bots you'd better use something like high caliber or armoured piercing bullets, explosives or even sledgehammers, rather than say JHP rounds and bolts. Those aren't going to work as well. Now EMP weapons are best if you want to do some serious damage or even short circuit bots. These don't work so well against living enemies, unless you want to drain someone's energy shield, for example. What about armour? Well, armour's good for you, he laughs. When it comes to armour, there's always a trade-off between protection and mobility. For example, wearing metal armour makes you less agile but offers more protection, while, say, leather armour gives you the opposite. Less protection but more mobility. Of course, there's more to armour than just these two extremes, but you get the general idea, I hope. Okay, place the tank vest in the locker, which works good against bullets, and that's what you'll need right now. Boom, 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 boom. I'm ready. Open the gate. Oh boy. So, we get the first go. We are going to throw an EMP grenade. Now, I've only got a 19% chance of actually hitting this, but we're going to use it, because it will only scatter so far. And we got them all. And we caused huge amounts of damage. So let's start shooting. So we click on the gun, and we click on the gun, and then we click on the bot. And it'll display the hit chance that we have. 91%. Oh boy. We really don't have much of a... Wow. That was pathetic. We're in trouble here. Still, we'll head out to here. Can we get to there? There's no point really. I'll get to there and I'll just end the turn. Damn it, I didn't want to do that. There we go, we'll go back into combat and I will shoot this security bot. again. 24 damage. And I've got enough action points to hit it again. 95% chance and I miss. And go here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Jesus. Let's shoot again. I can do it. I can use an aimed shot, I think. Yeah, and I'm going to drag the aimed shot down from there onto the quick bar, so that I don't need to worry about that again. Let's do an aimed shot now against this one. Apparently it didn't do much. And we'll just fire again. We're not causing much in the way of damage against these things, and that is really concerning. Jesus! Okay, so now this door is open. I didn't realise that before. Okay. Good job, Sarah Evenstar. Now I want you to pick up the items from that locker. Should be a battery, hacksaw, and 2 lockpicks inside. Yours. Use the lockpick to unlock the door. In the next room, you'll have to unlock the footlocker as well as that box before I let you through. By left-clicking a locked object, the skill necessary to unlock that particular type of lock will be displayed above it. To open mechanical locks, you will need a high enough lockpicking skill, and for electronics, a high enough hacking skill. Using a lockpick can be done either from the inventory or more easily from the action bar. In the first case, right-click a lockpick and then left-click on the object you want to unlock. While in the second, drag the lockpick into an action bar slot, select it, and then use it on an object. Oh, and yeah, the container has an electronic lock, so charge your hacksaw first if you want to open that thing. Using a hacksaw is similar to using a lockpick, with the exception that it needs to be charged first. You can use any battery to charge it. Simply right-click a battery, select recharge item from the radial menu, and then left-click the item you want to charge. And that would be all for now. I'll ring if I've got any more questions. So we shall take all. And in here there's a pickpocket burst, which I don't need at the moment. So again, oh, no, I do not have those. Where are we? Inventory. So lockpicks. So I can drag the lockpick from the inventory down to the action bar, and that gives me access to those there. The hacksaw I can do the same with, but it's not charged yet, so what I can do is right click. It gives me 3 options. It gives recharge current weapon, because you can have energy weapons in the game, recharge an object, so like, I don't know, maybe something for a quest or what have you, and recharge an item. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to get a list of things that can and can't be charged. So nothing here can be charged except the hacksaw. You charge the hacksaw, it takes a bit of time, and that recharges it to about 30 out of 50. And each attempt to lock consumes 10 energy. It also increases your hacking skill by 5 because it is a hacksaw Mark II. The basic one has no major benefits. There are Marks III. I don't know if there's a Mark IV. The higher the marks, the more energy it takes to use per attempt, but it will improve your chances. And lockpicks, similar, but it increases your skill by 5. It doesn't take anything to charge. It also takes a little bit of time to do both, and enemies can come up to you whilst you're trying it. So what I am going to do quickly is reload current weapon, just in case, and we shall go to the door. It's locked. It requires a lock picking of 1, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on the door, and here is the time it takes to do the lockpick. You can see these security cameras. They will see you if They are constantly monitoring you. But if it's here, for example, pointing that way, now I could unlock this door and go through it without being seen. Sometimes you will have to do lockpicking and what have you, time dependent. Okay, so we'll go for the footlocker. It's again lockpicking 1. So we'll unlock the footlocker. Now we can open it. Doesn't do anything. And there's a box. The hacking, so we can go onto the Hacksaw Mark 3. Notice that I haven't got any lockpicks anymore. So this disappears. When I do get lockpicks back, they will appear here though. But I think it might just be the level 1 lockpicks. I'm not sure. Well, sorry, the level 2 ones here, because I haven't put any level 1 ones in. So the hacksaw, I will click on the box. A little hacking sound, and lock disabled. Nothing in the box though. Doors open. Good. Now for one final room. Here you got one sentry button and camera. Try to sneak around the butt if you can. This one will not shut down after one hit, just to let you know. So you can enter stealth mode both in and out of combat, but only if no one can see you whilst you're activating it. Whilst in stealth mode, all characters, friend or foe, will display an icon above their heads, which indicates whether they can see you or suspect that you're sneaking around. Your skill, proximity to a character, illumination, and even whether you're in front or behind it, all determine how well you remain hidden. Suffering a hit in stealth mode will instantly reveal you, as will bumping into any characters. By the way, the camera can see you no matter how good you would think you're hiding, so it'd be best if you're able to avoid its line of sight completely. There we go. Stealth offers many advantages. You can pick how and when you initiate combat. You can even avoid it altogether, which can completely change the outcome of an encounter. Also, certain abilities work only when you're in stealth and can be used to cause massive damage on unsuspecting targets, for instance. Sound plays an important role in Underrail, since loud sounds can attract characters to investigate what's going on. Using quiet weapons like crossbows or knives, it's a good way to make sure a silent assassin remains truly silent. The tactical vest might not be the most appropriate thing for sneaking, but it'll do for now. Okay, so let's go into sneak mode. So there we are, we're hidden, we're fading in and out, but we move a lot slower. Let's see what route does it take. Now when you're not in combat, everything's real time. So we'll see how good we are here. Taking its time. Ah, where is the bloody thing? So green is good, yellow is bad. Shit. Saw me. Bollocks. Bollocks. It's gonna see me. Shit sticks. Where the hell did that come from? I thought there was just one. Okay. Is the other one going to come? Oh shit, I forgot what I'm supposed to do. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. I can't in combat either. Fuck sticks. Here we go. Okay, got hit pretty hard. I can't throw the bloody shit. So critical hit, and we've destroyed it. I think there might be another one. No, there isn't another one. How do I get out? Let's go into stealth mode. Can I get out this way now? Yep, there we go. Okay. Well done, Sarah. I hope you're satisfied now. He yawns. I'm done here. Time to check out my new room. I have no doubt you'll like it. I have yet to see any newcomers complain. He laughs. Nothing more to say than congratulations again, Sarah Evenstart. Welcome to the Southgate station. Go and get some rest. See you around, Bensel. And we go. Oh boy. Okay, and here we are in Southgate Station. This is our room. We can turn on lights and all sorts. Turn on this light over here. We have a locker here. This is our permanent room. So bandages you can use only outside of combat unless you have the right perk, or feat as they're called here, and health hypos are basically healing potions. So I am going to pop this on my action bar because you will need a lot of those to be used. You can store things in lockers and you can take all. So I am going to put on my anti-thermic rat hound leather overcoat. So this thing, made of rat hound leather. No matter how hard you try to wash it out, the faint stench of this filthy creature remains. Its surface material can somewhat reflect the high radiant loads produced by fire. So it has a mechanical damage resistance of 17%, chance of reducing damage below 3 or up to 3 points, 16% in heat, up to 5 cold, 7% to 15% armor penalty. Your persuasion is decreased by 3 and your stealth is decreased by 23. But you are immune to burning, so I'm going to pop that on because it's the best we've got. I am going to, if you open something up, it'll open both, and you've got your inventory open, this will also open up, and you can just drag things from one area to the next. Here you have mechanical repair kit that will restore mechanical durability to items, same with the patching kit. You can get advanced versions of this as well. Here's some flares that lights up areas, improves your shooting chances. Here we've got some shelves. Nothing on the shelves at the minute. And we've got a footlocker over here. And broken pixel. Nothing in that. This colourful mosaic doesn't seem to represent anything in particular. There are also vents in this game which you can climb into if you have something called an Omni tool. Where are we? Let's go to our desk. And we have a compass, which is helpful, cash, and our key. So, when we are walking about now, do we not have it? Where is it? Not available yet. Ah, that's because I haven't equipped it yet. Where are we? Compass. Okay, so now we have the compass, we can tell where we're walking, where is north always. And that's explained here. The character can tell which way north is. very helpful. Excuse me. Because the maps in this game are huge. So here we can go to our personal computer, click on that, and we can get emails. Message keycard from Wayne. Hi, I fixed your door so the keycard should work fine now. In case you haven't found it yet, it's in your desk. See you around. And new message, welcome from Tanner. Congratulations, you've passed all the tests we presented you with in the past weeks and have now obtained full citizenship in Southgate Station. On behalf of the entire community, I welcome you to our fold. Visit me in my office in the Commons as soon as you've rested so we can discuss your duties in the coming days. Back and exit. And I think that's where we're going to leave it today. It's a bit slow going to start with, but that's what these games always are. So, if the music's a bit loud, just leave a quick message and I will have that turned down, hopefully, in the next couple of episodes. Oh, the hanged rat. What could it mean? And there's various other bits and pieces. But basically, lockers, shelves, and desks have infinite storage, and we will be picking up a lot of items. A lot of items. Do we have crafting abilities at the minute? No, we haven't learned any recipes. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, don't worry about it. Thank you again, and we shall see you next time. Goodbye.